Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I declare today a Doodle Day. Come on along. Well, this is Inktober, which means during October we celebrate all things inky. And I started a couple of doodles in my Creative Scribbles journal that I bought at the flea market. I did some spray inks, and then I started a gargoyle over there, which I didn't finish, but I really feel like switching it up today. So I got out my Crescent Render, no show-through paper, specially made for using like markers. And I got an inspiration from something I got the other day, which is over here on the table. Let me dig it out for you. Sorry about that, I didn't have it ready. These pumpkins, and this acorn, and these leaves, and even the lettering. I really love this. Oh, I got this at that tag sale the other day. That's right, I got this at the tag sale, and I thought I would try this style out, and I wanted to do it in magic marker, which is inky. So I got out my magic marker journals. So these two journals are my Render, where the backwards are, by Crescent Journals. No show-through paper for markers. And I started this one in 2016. I was taking a course called the Magical Marker Mystery Tour with Joanne Sharp. I love her work. It's just so free and whimsical. And I did buy one of her books. If I can find a link to it, I'll put it below. The Art of Whimsical Lettering. And if you thought lettering was hard, you should look into taking one of her courses. She just makes it as fun and colorful as you can possibly imagine. Look at this. Sorry for the glare, but love her style. Look at those flowers. I love it. I love it. So I bought this journal especially for that. And we did a lot of these sort of little quote things with flourishes in the letters and flowers. Of course, we did our color charts. And some of them are with water. These are all different markers. Different marker tips we played with. And then how to blend your colors with a white background or a black background. And then how to do plaids. Different kinds of markers. Wonky circles. Sort of trying to blend it to get like a three-dimensional kind of shape. I love this one down here. That's a Tombow. Skinny letters. Skinny letters create art. More quotes and doodles. I love scribbling. I love to scribble. These letters have like little vines growing around them. That was a lot of fun. And then I did another one. This one's got a little acorn there. Extra doodles in there. So this must have been the first one. And that must have been the second one. A little different. Variations on the same. How to use a lot of color in the background and just leaving the flowers as doodles so they pop out. Here's my little Possum Patty. Well, no, I got that wrong. This is Patty Possum. Patty Possum is not Possum Patty. This is Patty Possum. Patty Possum is a possum. But I love the way this tree came out. And Patty Possum believes in trees. Okay, how to make block letters. I love this color art. I love that one. Is it showing up? Yeah. The Art of Whimsical Lettering. And I had this sort of a lion. It was supposed to be like a March lion. And I rubbed it with, this was just like aluminum foil. I have like a copper embossed one. And I rubbed it with the aluminum foil. And then you color on top with marker. And this is duct tape around the edge. So this is metal marking. So we were painting on aluminum foil. Very cool. Follow Your Star. That page was a lot of fun. Okay, more markers, color swatches. You try to stay in like your little families. That's important, and you'll see why. We did some more of the quotes. And this is the same quote, but in two completely different styles. Be the light. And this one's be. I don't know where the is. Light. Be light. And this one's be the light. And this was you do stamping. And then over the stamp you do different kinds of markers. Using embellishment. These are canvas flowers that I drew on with marker. The leaves are canvas too. And so is this down here. Oop, can you see that? That little thing down there. It says beautiful. These are all canvas with marker glued onto the page. And bellies. Okay, just more stamping and playing with different inks. It says, do not use StazOn with markers. Ranger Archival ink. All right, so you have to use Ranger Archival ink. And this is Whimsical Spritzin'. So you stamp with different kinds of inks and then you spray it with a water bottle. Gives it kind of a watercolor look. There's a February Doodle. Letters with little hearts. There's a March Doodle, the daffodils. And this is sketching with the marker, not using a pencil at all. And this is doing a blind contour. And here's my favorite Elegant Writers. More sketching. This one's with Tombos. And this one is different colored Elegant Writers, the brown, the green, and the red. There's some thistle doodles. Some flowers. I guess those are supposed to be roses. This one was just supposed to be kind of like a graffiti. Kind of like a graffiti with paint markers. Came out pretty cool. More doodling. This is a quote from the Lorax, the truffula seed. There's the truffula trees. How to do tone on tone. Mixed media markers. So this is putting different medium over markers. And this is mediums under the markers. So you put the medium on first and then you try all the different markers. And this is just color stories. That means you look at the different families of colors. These were some La Plume and La Plume 2. They make two different. La Plume has two different kinds of markers. One's water soluble and the other one is not. And those are the La Plume 2s. And this is actually from a botany book to show you how different growths can actually come out of a leaf. This is real botany, but it just looks so whimsical. It just belongs here. And this is some more leaves. This one was about how leaves unfurl when they first open up. And this one was a cabbage study. If you slice a cabbage in half, you get this awesome pattern. This is a lot of fun to do. Red cabbage. This is called crumple vernation of the leaves. Botany. And these are from, I don't know, I just made these up, I guess. This has got some sparkle pens in there too. More on this one. I think the sparkle on this page probably rubbed off from this page. But this one's pretty. And there's an old lady. I copied from something. And some inky sketches of a fat cat. And this was a landscape, maybe, that I started, that didn't finish, but we got a lot of kitty doodles here. This one's TT, this one's Stinky Winky Woos. More cats. And then just some playing with different inks. I think I was just journaling. Some of this is just journaling. I think this is paint. Paint on there, but she's got doodle hair. Oh, and this is where I sort of, like, I did a picture and then I analyzed it. I pretend somebody else did it. And if I were to do this, how would I do it to make it better? How would I do it more so I like it? So what don't I like about the picture that this other person did? You don't criticize yourself. You pretend somebody else did it. So I said things like the background was too dark, that needed more light on the flowers, things like that. Needs to be more expressive in the stems, you know, not to put a shadow like that. So I did it over. So this was the first one, and this is the second one. I like the second one. And these are some fuchsia that I sketched from the yard. These are markers. From the yard, some lilies. I like the way these came out. These came out pretty nice. Cone flowers. And some poppy capsules. These seeds are in there after the poppy petals drop. Did I do that one over again? There's a couple I did over again. These are lunaria, moonflowers. They're little seeds. I was experimenting with just doing it in different colors. Experimenting, putting down the markers and spraying them with alcohol or painting with alcohol. Still playing with these. I love the shape of these. Just doodling some flowers. More doodling. This is a guy who's like a little, it's got like an open belly and you put plants in it, and I have it on the table with, right now, a bunch of rags in there. These strange flowers were from a book from like the 15th century. Kind of medieval looking flowers from this book. That was fun. And this was when I was in sketchbook school. Draw with me on June 27th, 2019. This was Danny Gregory's grand dog Penny. And he liked this one so much they put this on their channel. Because she came out so cute. Here's my rabbit. I love this one with the leaves for ears and the branches for horns. I forgot about that one. And now this one I'm playing with colored pencil. This one is not marker. more color pencil play, more color pencil play. Just did some swatches and just some shapes to show the colors. More color pencil. So this is where I am, right there. So I'm just going to, it's going to be hard to keep this in frame, lightly sketch the pumpkin. And then I will go over it in marker. And the stem, I don't know if you could see this, I'm sorry. But I will go over it in marker. So you can see it. I'm making the little curly Q vine things at the top. And when I go over in marker, I don't always follow the lines exactly. I know there was an eraser here a minute ago, but where it went, I don't know. There it is. I did clean the desk off that much. It needs to be cleaned off this much, but I cleaned off that much. Okay, I lightly sketched a pumpkin. And let's see if I can get it in frame. I know you can hardly see it. So I'm going to start with a dark marker. And I got a bunch of browns here. I'm going to put a little bit of the dark brown first. If I can get it open, let's see, what side do I want? I want the pointy side. I think these are from A.C. Moore Spectrum Noir. I bought a bunch of these when they were on sale. So it doesn't have to look exactly like this. Just kind of get, these are stickers by the way, get the kind of funky shape. I like this funky shape, but should have made this a little narrower. But see, if I want this to be a little narrower, what I have to do is just make the bottom a little wider. And then see, that works for me. Now the top looks narrower. So you get your inspiration, but that doesn't mean you have to copy it exactly. And the stem's got a little thing like that. And some stripes. Like that. Okay, next I'm going to go with, let's see. All right, this was the brown I used. Is this the brown I used? Yeah. I'll keep the ones I used kind of on the side here. I got a lot of greens and oranges. All right, some of these markers are the expensive Copics, and some are the Premier by Nicole, and then the other ones are the Spectrum Noir, and I do mix them all up together. You just have to be careful though about using, some are like pigment inks and some are like alcohol, and these can all be used together. I'm going to use this, let's see. So what I'm going to do now is use the fat end, and I'm just going to mark down there. See, that is kind of red, And then this one, looking for the fat end, is here. The skinny end has this gray band. Yeah, so I'm going to go with this one. I want the top maybe to be lighter. So I'm going to use a couple of different oranges. Am I in frame? Yeah. Okay. So this will be my dark orange. I'll put over here with my brown. Okay, I've got a couple other oh, this one says pumpkin on it. The color of this marker is pumpkin. So let's see. That's pumpkin, but it's a lot lighter than this one, so those two aren't really blending together. So I can see if I got a medium one, a medium kind of orange there. Put in the middle, I hope. I hope. Try this one. This is almost the same color as the pumpkin. All right, let's see, what else do I have for orange? I'm not liking these, the way they blend. Caramel, this is a little bit browner. And this is redder. Let's see. I'm going to quickly check in here. And I think that is all I have for orange. Then I've got some more in this thing here. Oh, wait. What's this? Mango. Okay, there's a mango. We could try that. And what you should do is like see how it works on the side first. Here's a coral. So let's go with mango first. Now this might work. This might work. Okay, now go back to caramel. All right, where's my other marker? Gonna go back to this one, I think. The lighter one. Oh, this isn't the lighter one, okay. Where's the lighter one? Well, now I gotta finish with this one because I put it on there. Okay. And there's my bird clock. This is golden yellow. Now remember, I haven't done this in a really long time. I haven't done this in a really long time. So this is definitely not your tutorial. Maybe your tutorial on how not to do it. should have tested that other marker though first. I can fix that, I think. Oh, this is going to be a very orange pumpkin. Going to be a very, very orange pumpkin. And I could have tried it out on a piece in the back, but I do this all the time. And try it out on something that's in the front. I lost my pumpkin though. Okay, I got it. I'm trying to blend in this big orange mark I made there. Okay, that pretty much did it. That pretty much did it. All right, let's see if we can do a better job on the next part. So we start with the dark one. So that is the CR10 it's called. Try to be a little more careful here. Okay, with the dark. I want to leave a little white. Maybe I'll do separate on this one because it gets kind of narrow. So I'll do just a little spot there that's lighter. And maybe just a little one there that's lighter. So we're not going for a masterpiece here. We're going for playtime. I haven't done this in a while, years, as you can see the last date on this one. I think I'll change the shape of that a little bit. All right, so that's a dark one. Now let's put some pumpkin on there. I hit the brown because that'll soften it up a little bit. I don't know if I want to add more brown or something to that. Like that. Next, I'm doing one section at a time, and then I'll do the stem. Okay, so I got the dark one again. I don't know if I should put just a little bit of yellow in there. I'll think about that. So I'm going to leave a little white space there. You know what I think I'll do on this, on the ones that are more towards the back. All right, I'm taking my pumpkin. Going over that with my pumpkin. And, oh, I gotta do this little space down here. See, now this is on the bottom. So you want the bottom to be a little darker. So do I want to use brown or do I want to use red? Okay, let's see. Do I have a lighter brown? Let's see, what's this? That's a little lighter. So you could put a little on. Hopefully that's not too much. And then quickly take your lighter color and scrub over it. And don't be afraid to scrub it, because that's what blends it in. Yes, okay, I'll go with that. I'll go with that. I'm just thinking this white is too white for a pumpkin. Now with this paper, if it looks kind of dark when you first put it on, that's just because it's wet. When it dries, it'll be a little lighter. All right, so I like that. So I'm going to try that again. Am I still in frame? Yes. Gotta check my battery while I was up there. Okay, let's see if I can do a better job with this. Okay, I just made a brown line. Taking my lightest color again. Usually use your light color for blending, unless you have a blending marker. They are blending markers, I guess. Or just take the light color that you're using and scrub it. And then that'll get a little lighter when it dries. There was a, this is dark red, coral. I don't know what color this is, because I have all those color swatches in the book, right? So a little bit of a darker red maybe. Supposed to feather your edges. Back to scrubbing. I just wanted like a patch of a darker color on there. Give it some variation from red to orange to yellow. It's a fantasy pumpkin, so you can do anything you want. Okay, so I'm keeping the markers that I'm using here right now. And I've got greens and browns over there. So this one, I'm going to start with the dark orange. I should have a little bin here. I do have bins. Keep them in while I'm coloring. Okay, I don't know if I'll put a highlight on this one. I do love to color. Dolores J. Rush, she was doing a question and answer session over on her channel. That was so fun. And I don't know, what was your first art supply or something like that? And I guess I was addicted to coloring books when I was a kid. Love them, love them. Always loved the color. And I think that's why things with dark lines I really enjoy doing. This makes me feel like I'm coloring, I guess. So I think first coloring books was my first, and probably then paper dolls, maybe. Paper dolls. Just getting a little bit of this coral orange in there. Maybe a little bit up here. Used to love to cut out paper dolls. So a little bit of this brown, not much. I just put a tad there. Back to the pumpkin again. I'm also putting pumpkin over that coral orange. Scrubbing out this dark spot here. Putting a little dark at the bottom kind of anchors it a little bit, I think. A little bit of a shadow there. Okay, we're half done. A little bit more than half. So I'm going to go back to the dark color first, which was this one, now that it's rolled off the book here. So I'm going to do this little piece down here, which is probably going to be dark. So I'm going to do it all dark, and then a little darker up here. A little darker down here, and then a tiny touch of brown there, and back to the pumpkin, which is here. And just scrub over everything to blend it together. And moving on. So going back to the dark, but not the darkest, just the dark orange. Because now we've got a piece up here that may have to have some light on it, like these do. So the hardest part is remembering to leave the light. Some people start with the light, I guess, and then go darker. Some people start with the darker and go lighter. Is there a right way, a wrong way? I don't know. When it comes to art, there are as many ways as there are artists to do things, I believe. You put a little dent in that one like that. And maybe a little bit of a one there. Like that. Okay, so that was the dark orange. I'm going to put a little bit of the coral, which is more red. Maybe a little bit down here. And what do we need? I need a little tiny bit of brown at the bottom. And that is a lot, so I will just jump ahead to the pumpkin. See if I can scrub that out a little bit. Whoops. And I went out of the lines down there because I'm scrubbing with the marker. But that's okay because I'm going to put a little bit of a shadow on there. See how this is a little lighter now? It changes color from this to this. Because actually I put some of that yellow on there too, didn't I? But I didn't want yellow on the sides, just on the front. But we can put a little bit on there. I'm surprised these markers are still juicy. (2016), six years. 6 years old. Those markers are 6 years old. I think I want a little bit more of this to come around like that. I'm gonna use the coral, I think. Kind of made that kind of heavy. That's okay. That's okay, that's okay. All right, one more section, and then I'm going to do the stem. Okay, again, I'm going to go with the dark orange. And this is in the back, so I'm not going to put any light on it. I'm just going to do dark orange. And coral. If you're doodling along, you can use any colors that you have. These are not the definitive colors for making a pumpkin. They just happen to be the oranges that I have in my stash. I put a little brown. Let's see if I can smooth that around a little bit with my pumpkin. Okay, she's looking good. She's looking good. I don't know what this line is here. Was I going to make another piece here? What was this? Anybody remember what that line was? Anybody remember what that line was? You can lightly sketch with a pencil first, but you don't have to make it exactly on your pencil marks, that's for sure. Okay, now this looks like it should be connected a little smoother like that. Oh, I know why this is so dark. Duh, because I was using this brown for the bottom, not that brown. See what happens when you yak and color at the same time? Yak and color. So I can make this side a little darker. Of course, it doesn't have to be, right? It doesn't have to be. So I'm taking my grass green, covering up the schmooze at the bottom. Grounding it to the page. I wonder if this light green will cover here somehow. That is really dry. Hear it squeaking? This one's gonna have to go into the trash. This one is all done. Although I think Copic sketch. Some of these Copics you can refill, and the cheaper ones you can't refill. So I'm looking in the bag here. I have something called cabbage. Cabbage. Which is nice and juicy. These cheap markers, they really lasted longer than the expensive ones. And let's see. Let's see if this evergreen is better than that dark green. Or just a little bit. That's really dark. Okay, I'm not going to add too much of that. I don't want to take away from the pumpkin. Don't want to take away from the pumpkin. Cabbage. I'll scrub that with a cabbage. Okay. I think that'll be it for tonight. I may come back when I'm in the doodle mood. I'd like to try that acorn and maybe a leaf. But I'm going to sign this with something. Let me get another pen here. I don't know if this one writes. So pumpkin doodle. And today is the 17th. Wow. And there we have it. And I will maybe come back and do some more decorating on the page, but this is just a practice sketch, so, you know, whatever gets on the page gets on the page. So thanks for coming along today, and I want to wish everybody happy Inktober and happy Doodle Day. Bye-bye now.